Hey y'all, welcome to Freedom Makers. I'm Amanda, and today I am finally getting that acorn flower video out to you guys. We are making some acorn flour today. We've been cracking them for a while, and I'm finally making my flour, so I'm really excited to share that with you guys today. And here we go. The first step, of course, to making acorn flour is to gather your acorns. I usually go through them one by one and separate them and make sure that none of them have holes in it. I take the caps off, and this is what I end up with, a big bowl of acorns. Then I take a pecan cracker. This is just a handheld pecan cracker, nothing fancy. I have found that if you crack it from end to end, it cracks this way, and that makes it a little easier to pull out. See, like so. And then there's a crack here. I just stick my fingernail in there and pull it apart. Easy peasy. And then you have your little acorn here. The shells are really thin, so this isn't very difficult. They usually just fall right out of there. Pretty simple. So this is at the 5 cup mark, almost the 6 cup mark, something like that. And I'm just going to fill this the rest of the way up with water up here to the 9 cup mark, and then I'm going to turn this on for a few minutes until it's completely pureed and there are no hunks in here. So I pureed this for about 2 minutes on the highest setting, and you can see there are hunks in there, and that's just the different color from on the outside. It's kind of like a peanut. It has a thin layer on the outside of the acorn, and I'm about to pour this into this bag. This is a nut milk bag. You can also use pantyhose. I've seen people use different things. But I'm using this nut milk bag. I used to make my own almond milk, and so I have this bag, and I'm going to use it for my acorns. Okay, so I've got this sitting in my sink, and that was 9 cups. So I've got it poured in here, and you can see already there's a good bit coming out. And that's good. These are the tannins. Now, you can save this liquid and make a coffee-like substance. I'm not doing that today, obviously, but some people do that because it's bitter. There's no caffeine in it or anything like that, so it's not really going to benefit you in the same way or have the same effect as coffee. But in a grid down situation or an SHTO kind of situation, if you just really want something that tastes kind of like coffee, I guess this would be a good option. But that liquid that's running out of the bag there, it's just full of those bitter tannins, and we're going to try to get rid of that so that this flour tastes good. So I'm going to close this up and begin to squeeze it. So you can see all that liquid slowly coming out of there. You just want to make sure it doesn't come back out of the top here, because then you're going to lose a lot of that pulp from the acorns. So you just want to squeeze this. And you want to be gentle. It's going to take a few minutes. Okay, so I've steadily been squeezing this. Once you feel like you've got most of the liquid out, you're going to run it under water and keep squeezing until everything that comes back out of here is clear. So you're going to do, and some people soak theirs. I don't. It just, see, like this. And you're going to do that until it's clear, completely clear. It's going to take a while. It takes a good probably 5 to 7 minutes. And some people actually soak theirs, and they say it makes this process a little easier. I'm willing to stand here an extra 3 minutes to not have to soak it overnight. So I guess that's just a personal preference. We're just going to keep kneading this under the water. I'll bring you guys back in a few minutes. Alright y'all, I finished rinsing this, and I'm going to just push down. I left some water in this so I could push down and show you guys kind of what you're looking for. See how it's not, there's a bit of a tinge in color. Let's see if I can see. There's a bit of a tinge of color in that, but it's not very dark, and it's certainly not that thick yellow that we had a while ago. So this is probably fine to start. I'm going to squeeze all of the liquid out of this, and that's going to take a moment. You can work in smaller batches, and that will help you to get done a little faster. This took about 8 minutes altogether, and once I get this in a ball, I'm going to dump it into a cookie sheet. I have a clean cookie sheet, and I'm just going to dump this out. Now while I'm doing this, I also want to give a little bit of word on the water situation. A lot of people soak to get the tannins out. And I've seen people soak before they put it in a blender or crush it. You can crush it with a mortar and pestle as well. And then I've seen other people wait until after that to soak it. And they soak it for a few days. Now if you're in an off-grid situation or you have a limited water supply, that may be preferable for you. I'm just going to be honest, I've never done it like that before, so I really don't know if that works any better or worse. If you have done this both ways, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And this is the only way I've tried it, is by rinsing. And it does take about 8 minutes, so that's 8 minutes worth of water. And if that seems wasteful to you, or you have time to let this soak for a few days, like I said, I'm not an expert on that technique, so I don't even know exactly how long it would take to get the tannins out with that method. But we just want to break up all of the clumps here. And if you do sift it before, that kind of takes care of this problem, so you don't really have clumps. It's more of a flour already if you sift it first. But like I said, I just really want to get this done before I go to bed tonight, so I'm just making sure I break up the big pieces with my hands. We're going to let this dry in the oven at about 180 to 200 for a few hours. I think that's alright. And then once that process is done, we'll sift it and have our final product. Alright y'all, I took this out of the oven and it's all crumbly. It's very, very dry, like it should be. After about 4 hours on 190, I ended up bumping it up from 170 to 190. And I left it there for about 4 hours, and you just want it to be really dry. So I've taken this out and let it cool. And I'm about to put it through this sieve. And I've just got this over a clean bowl, and I'm just going to start putting that in there. I'm running it through, and that'll just take all the lumps out, so I'll be able to smush these lumps up, and I'm going to get a spoon and get to work on this. And underneath, we're going to have beautiful, beautiful, beautiful flour. And really guys, if you want to avoid having as much of this to have to break up, you can run it through a sieve before you bake it, like before you put it on the cookie sheet. This time I didn't, normally I do, and I've learned my lesson today because it is making it more difficult to deal with now. Normally it's not very lumpy at all, and I thought, well, I'm in a hurry, maybe it won't matter. It matters. We're done with our flour. I've just put it in this glass bowl, measuring bowl, and it's just under my 4-cup mark there, and it's kind of crooked. I don't have it quite even, but anyway, it's right under 4 cups, and I am so excited about this. We're gonna either make bread or cookies in the morning, and I'll show you guys a video once I get that finished, and because I would just want you guys to see the finished product, and I'm really excited about this. I know several of you have been wanting to utilize your acorns and didn't know how, so hopefully this video helps you guys out. Remember to sift before and after baking. I will never skip that step again, ever. But it worked out fine, and we've got a good 4 cups here, so I am just really tickled with that, and I hope you are too. Hit that like button, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by. God bless.